to address this. Hear ye the word which Jehovah speaks unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Jehovah, learn not the way of the heathen. Now, we are not to learn the way of the heathen. And everything that I just showed you about Christmas has pagan, heathen origin. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it moves not. This has absolutely nothing to do with the Christmas tree. Nothing. Now, people want to use this, especially when they're dealing with people who don't know any better. It's easy to say they deck it with silver and with gold and fasten it with nails, with hammers. This deals with idolatry. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be borne, carried, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. This is dealing with an individual going out into the wood, because some idols were made of wood. Some idols were made of stone. Some idols were made of metal. And so they would go out in the woods, they would cut down a tree, and then they would shape and form their idol after it. And then they would bring it in their homes and they would worship it. Now, can you associate this with Christmas and the Christmas tree? It's a stretch. You could. But you need to know that that's not what this is about. If somebody bring that to me and says, see, this is why you shouldn't have Christmas trees, I would argue them successfully and make them look like they don't know what they're talking about. So if you're using this for that purpose without laying a foundation, there's no way in the world you be taking scripture and twisting it. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Jehovah, thou art great, and in thy name is great in might. And thy name is great in might. We're not going to read these, but I encourage you to read Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. And you'll notice that the Christmas story doesn't start in Matthew chapter 2. Those who read the Christmas story starts in Luke. They go to Luke and work their way backwards to Matthew, because Luke deals more with the birth. Matthew deals more with the Magi's coming after the birth. But if you notice, the Magi's didn't come to a manger. They came to a house. Pay attention when you read it. They came into a house, not into a manger, where there was, not into a stall where there was a baby in a manger. But all of the nativity scenes, you see the Magi's, the shepherds, Mary and Joseph, the baby, animals in a stall with a baby in a manger. That is a false depiction of Luke chapter 1, chapter 2, and Matthew chapter 2, because when the Magi's, the wise men came, they came into a house. Also, look at Luke 2, and then finally read Romans 1, 18 through 32. Now, I'm going to pray and then I'm going to answer some questions.
For more information, visit www.arthurbaileyministries.com or call 704-469-3345. This program is made possible through financial contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Our offer on this program: maximizing your talents. Join Arthur Bailey as he explains the parable taught by Yeshua. After having shared with his disciples about the gospel of the kingdom being preached to the whole world before the end comes, Yeshua gives a parable about 3 servants whom were given talents. What distinguished the wise servant from the wicked servant in this parable was determined by what they did with the talents they had been given. For years, many have misunderstood this parable, and the true meaning and life in this teaching has gone unheard and untold. In this message, Maximizing Your Talents, clear biblical lessons will be taught that will help you maximize the talents you have been given and position you to hear those words we all long to hear. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your master. You will never be the same after experiencing this life-changing message.